As final year students complete their WASSCE examinations this Friday, the Director General also states students in schools with recorded cases will have their departure days delayed for assessment of contacts before they are released to go home. Students in schools with no positive cases will, however, be allowed to go home without any delays.
By Friday, the WASSCE will be over, and we are happy that they've been able to successfully go through the exams and without any major disruption. We are expecting that any school that did not experience any case, they can vacate and they all go home. Secondly, any school that has not reported any positive case in the last 2 weeks prior to the closure can also all go home. However, if there's any school where they reported any positive case, we will do some assessment of contacts, and those contacts will have their vacation delayed, assessed before they go home.
Some parents in Kumasi are asking government to reconsider its decision to suspend general reopening of schools until early next year. According to them, their wards are equally exposed to COVID-19 at home as they may be in schools. They're worried about the burden of combining work and taking care of children who are home due to COVID-19 restrictions. Government has lifted restrictions for JHS2 and SHS2 students to go back to school to complete the academic year. Meanwhile, owners of private schools have expressed reservations, saying it won't make business sense to pool resources for only JHS2 students. Nana Sensemensa has more in the following report.
The decision has been taken by the Ghana Education Service after consultation with the relevant stakeholders for SHS2 and JHS2 students to return to school from 5th October to 14th December 2020 to complete their academic year.
So some parents, especially those who have their wards in upper and lower primary schools, are calling on government to include their wards in the new directive that will allow students, especially those in JHS2, to return to campus. Even in the face of COVID-19, they say that their wards are better off on campus than staying home.
This smelly, dirty gutter is a football pitch for these children in Cape Coast. The ban on all contact sports due to the pandemic certainly doesn't matter to them. None of the COVID-19 protocols mean anything to people here. In Kumasi, children are found playing outside with no regard for any of the protocols. Salamatu Mohammed, a mother of 3, is worried.
The school environment will be better because they are going to learn. And when they are in the house, they don't learn. Even when you force them to learn, they will never learn. So I think school will be better for them. There's COVID-19, but the children are in the house, and there are times they go out to roam about. And being in the school, it will be better because the school will put on measures that will take care of the children.
Dora Opong is a working mother with 2 children. Finding babysitters for her 2 daughters at home is her headache. She says, my 85-year-old mother used to take care of my kids, but now she's not fit. And I spend lots of money to keep my kids safe at home. Meanwhile, the premises of some private schools are empty and facilities continue to gather dust. At Bright Angels Montessori Village, proprietor Nana Osetutu believes reopening early childhood schools would be a relief to both parents and school owners.
5 months to 6 months at home. Additional 4 months to it will cause, a very great gap in the education sector. That is why there is an association of inquiry that states that if a kid stays home for more than 6 months, then it means that everything has to be restricted. So if you look at the economic background, the social background, even the cultural background and the psychological background, you can never do away with opening of a kids school, especially with the early childhood.
At Rock of Ages Preparatory School, preparations are underway to receive JHS2 students. Proprietor Isaac Body says cost of operating the school without the full complement of the other classes places a strain on resources.
Yewo JHS no wamu nyina no no sa it is a teacher for nwotwe enso na ya normal.
The JHS2 students are few, so we can't invest 8 teachers to only teach 20 students.
Kranka media means you can start by saying come JHS for nyina kra no emra and the enkola be dos kakra oteti abunya kakra de ama a teacher for no mo so di ahwe omo abrabo mu.
Animal that we see on this earth has its own habitat and what is responsible.
Proprietor at Wasco School Complex, Benjamin Osuechang, wants government to consider paying salaries of employees as a relief to them.
From our proprietor, the information we are getting is that the finance is on low. So we are pleading the government to come in and help us. I know through that it will motivate us and we will get much confidence to teach the students to be able to pass and write their exams very well.